Welcome to the Pastor's Comments. Written by Pastor Daniel Lundmark. This week's comments are entitled, 16 Angels. A missionary and co-worker had to walk some distance to collect a sum of money which had been sent to a bank on their account. Night overtook them before they could reach home, so, committing themselves to God, they lay down to sleep on the lonely hillside and finished their journey the next morning. Some weeks later a man in the hospital stared at the missionary and said, "I have seen you before." "No," replied the missionary, "I don't think we have met." "Oh yes we have," said the man. "You were sleeping on a hillside a few weeks ago. Several of us saw you at the bank and followed you, intending to rob you when it was dark, but we didn't dare because of the soldiers." "Soldiers?" The missionary laughed. "There were no soldiers with us, my friend." The bandit was adamant. "Yes there were, we counted them. There were 16 of them and they had swords." After telling the incident while on furlough, the missionary was approached by a friend who asked, "What date was it when you camped on the hillside?" The missionary found the date in his diary and his questioner checked the date in his appointment book. "That night," he said, "we had our weekly prayer meeting. Your name was brought forward for prayer, and," he added, "there were 16 of us in the meeting." Hebrews chapter 1 verse 14 states that angels are ministering spirits, sent forth to minister for them who shall be heirs of salvation. Note that the 16 believers had an important part in God sending the 16 angels disguised as soldiers. They were praying for the missionary that night. We see also in Acts chapter 12 verses 5 through 11 that God sent an angel to deliver Peter out of prison in response to the fact that prayer was made without ceasing of the church unto God for him. Let us pray for our missionaries and suffering Christians around the world that God would send his angels to deliver them for his glory.